Universal Animation. Universal Animation incorporates their parent company's theme park properties into film backgrounds as a form of integrated marketing. These references connect their cinematic and experiential entertainment divisions. Despicable Me designs Gru's rocket technology to mirror Universal's space-themed attractions. The Secret Life of Pets structures Max and Duke's New York adventure to reference Universal Studios' tram tour experiences. Dr. Seuss adaptations consistently reference Seuss Landing at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Background elements regularly feature Universal Studios merchandise, Jurassic Park fossil displays in museum scenes, E.T. references in science fiction sequences, and classic Universal monster imagery in appropriate contexts. These placements remind audiences of Universal's broader entertainment ecosystem while maintaining story relevance. Paramount Animation. Paramount's ownership of Nickelodeon creates opportunities for SpongeBob integration across their animated productions. These references often focus specifically on Plankton, SpongeBob's microscopic nemesis. Wonder Park features a green caterpillar character attempting to steal cotton candy, mirroring Plankton's schemes. Sonic the Hedgehog movies include a restaurant called the Krusty Krab in Green Hill's backgrounds. Paws of Fury shows Hank discovering a pineapple house structure in desert landscapes. The studio has developed what fans call Plankton syndrome. Every Paramount animated film includes tiny green characters engaged in background scheming activities. This creates thematic consistency while promoting Nickelodeon's most valuable intellectual property. Warner Brothers Animation. Warner Brothers Animation treats their classic Looney Tunes characters as a foundational element of their creative identity. These references appear across all modern productions, from subtle nods to prominent cameos. The Iron Giant features Hogarth watching Duck Dodgers on television. Teen Titans Go includes regular Porky Pig vocal impressions. Scooby-Doo movies show Tweety and Sylvester cartoons playing on background televisions. The Lego Movie incorporates Mel Blanc's classic That's All Folks delivery in the end credits. Even serious DC animated projects find ways to reference classic Warner animation. Superman cartoons reference "What's Opera, Doc?" during dramatic sequences. Batman projects occasionally feature Joker performing Daffy Duck impressions. These callbacks remind audiences of Warner Bros. Animation legacy while connecting contemporary work to their Golden Age classics. Nickelodeon Animation. SpongeBob SquarePants has dominated Nickelodeon for over 2 decades, and the network treats the character as their foundational creative property. References appear across all Nickelodeon productions, regardless of target audience or story relevance. The Fairly Odd Parents features Timmy wishing for perfect hamburgers that resemble Krabby Patties. Danny Phantom shows Tucker eating square hamburgers. Avatar. The Last Airbender includes Aang discovering crabs that resemble Mr. Krabs. The Rugrats reboot places SpongeBob-shaped toys in Tommy's collection. Tom Kenny, SpongeBob's voice actor, appears in nearly every Nickelodeon production, often performing similar character voices. This creates an unofficial shared universe where SpongeBob's influence extends across multiple animated series and generations of viewers. Cartoon Network Studios. The Powerpuff Girls have maintained a presence across Cartoon Network's programming since 1998, appearing as cameos, references, and visual signatures in unrelated series. Dexter's Laboratory shows the girls on television screens in Dexter's bedroom. Ed, Edd and Eddy features Powerpuff stickers on Eddie's brother's belongings. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends has Blue creating Powerpuff-inspired imaginary friends. More recent shows continue the tradition. Adventure Time includes Finn discovering 3 colored gems arranged in Powerpuff formation. Steven Universe features 3 colored stars in Garnet's origin backstory. We Bare Bears shows the 3 bears occasionally arranging themselves in classic Powerpuff positioning. Pixar. A 113 isn't just a random number, it's Classroom A113 from CalArts, the legendary animation school where most of Hollywood's top animators learned their craft. John Lasseter first snuck it into Toy Story in 1995 on Andy's mom's license plate, and it became an instant tradition among animators worldwide. This number has appeared in nearly every major animated film since then. It shows up in prison cells in The Incredibles, lecture halls in Monsters University, subway cars in Soul, and even in non-Pixar films. Disney uses it, DreamWorks uses it, Netflix animators throw it in. It's become the ultimate insider handshake across the entire animation industry. The Pizza Planet truck takes dedication to another level entirely. This yellow pickup has appeared in every single Pixar film since 1995, and animators get incredibly creative with placements. In Finding Nemo, it's rusting on the ocean floor. In Wall-E, it's been compressed into a trash cube. When they made Coco, set in the 1920s Mexico, they couldn't use an American pickup truck, so they transformed it into a period-appropriate Volkswagen van instead. The truck has become so iconic that animators consider hiding it one of their biggest creative challenges. It appeared as moving vans, background vehicles, toys, carvings, and even memory orbs. Each placement requires genuine artistic problem-solving. Disney animation. Hidden Mickeys began as a theme park tradition, but exploded into Disney's most recognizable animation signature. These three-circle Mickey Mouse silhouettes hide in the most unexpected places throughout their films. In The Little Mermaid, they appear as bubbles in Ursula's contracts. Beauty and the Beast features them as dinner plates during Be Our Guest. The Lion King hides them in star constellations. Frozen places them in chocolate arrangements at Elsa's coronation. Moana has 3 stones perfectly arranged on beaches. Disney cast members receive bonuses for discovering new hidden Mickeys, and dedicated fans have created extensive databases cataloging thousands of them. The tradition has become so embedded in Disney culture that animators automatically look for opportunities to include them during production. DreamWorks. The boy fishing on a crescent moon in DreamWorks' logo isn't just artistic imagery, he's William Hunt, son of co-founder David Geffen's partner. This real person has been immortalized in DreamWorks' corporate identity since 1997. But the boy doesn't just appear in the logo. He shows up carved into trees in Shrek, as shadows in Madagascar, in Hiccup's drawings in How to Train Your Dragon, and as cave paintings in The Croods. He's become DreamWorks' most consistent visual signature across 2 decades of filmmaking. DreamWorks also maintains an unusual obsession with referencing Shrek long after the franchise ended. Ogre jokes appear in B-Movie, onions show up randomly in Kung Fu Panda, and characters in The Croods perform morning routines that mirror Shrek's swamp activities. The studio treats their most successful franchise like a shared universe element that can enhance any story. Illumination. Illumination has elevated product integration to an art form through their minion placement strategy. These yellow characters appear in every Illumination production, regardless of story relevance. In The Secret Life of Pets, minions cover New York billboards throughout the background. Sing features them on concert posters and merchandise. The Lorax includes them on Thneedville's television screens and advertisements. They appear as toys, decorations, graffiti, clothing designs, and electronic interfaces. The most ambitious example appears in Sing 2, where animators managed 17 separate Minion references in a single scene. This level of integration has inspired other studios to hide Minions in their own productions, creating an industry-wide phenomenon. Blue Sky Studios. Scrat, the acorn-obsessed, saber-toothed squirrel from Ice Age, has transcended his original franchise to become Blue Sky's universal signature character. He appears in every studio production, often in completely different contexts. In Robots, Scrat becomes a wind-up toy in Rodney's bedroom. Rio features him as a stuffed animal in Linda's bookstore. The Peanuts movie includes Scrat drawings on Snoopy's doghouse. Ferdinand hides him in bull ring posters, while Spies in Disguise places him as an action figure in Walter's laboratory. These appearances range from obvious cameos to subtle silhouettes to prehistoric cave art. When Disney acquired Blue Sky in 2019, they continued the tradition by including Scrat as a wood carving in Encanto, proving that some Easter eggs transcend corporate boundaries. Sony Pictures Animation. Sony Pictures. Animation consistently reminds audiences of their parent company's technology heritage through strategic product placement. Every film includes references to Sony electronics, often integrated into character development or plot elements. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse features Miles using vintage Sony headphones throughout his journey. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs fills Flint's laboratory with recognizable Sony equipment from different eras. The Emoji Movie takes place entirely within a Sony smartphone environment. Hotel Transylvania introduces Dracula to human technology through a Sony Walkman discovery. Vivo centers around a Sony-inspired music player. The most elaborate example appears in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, where the weather modification machine operates using an enlarged Sony Walkman interface system. Leica Studios. Leica's button obsession began with Coraline in 2009 and has influenced every subsequent production. These circular fasteners appear as visual metaphors for control, craftsmanship, and the handmade nature of stop-motion animation. Paranorman features button-shaped flowers in the graveyard where the zombie apocalypse begins. The box trolls include elaborate button decorations on music boxes and clothing. Kubo and the Two Strings gives origami creatures button eyes during magical transformations. Missing Link incorporates ornate buttons into Sir Lionel's costume design that echo Coraline's other mother aesthetic. These appearances range from subtle background props to prominent costume elements, always maintaining thematic relevance to each story's themes of identity and transformation. Aardman Animations. Wallace's cheese obsession from A Grand Day Out has become Aardman's most enduring visual signature. Moon and cheese imagery appears in every subsequent production, often as subtle background elements or thematic references. Chicken Run features the chickens escaping during a full moon that resembles aged cheese. The Wrong Trousers includes moon-shaped cheese arrangements in Wallace's kitchen. Shaun the Sheep movie shows the flock arranging hay bales in crescent moon formations. Early Man incorporates moon-shaped stone worship into Doug's tribe's culture. A Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon designs the alien spacecraft with distinctly lunar characteristics. These references represent adventure, dreams, and the distinctly British sensibility that defines Aardman's creative identity. Madhouse and Japanese Studios. Madhouse incorporates their logo mascot into crowd scenes across various series. Toei Animation hides their corporate cat mascot in Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon backgrounds. Individual directors develop personal signatures. Miyazaki's flying machine obsession, Satoshi Kon's mirror and reflection imagery, Makoto Shinkai's train and sky motifs. These recurring elements create brand recognition while maintaining artistic integrity. Studios use visual signatures to build audience loyalty and establish creative consistency across diverse projects and genres. Animation Easter eggs represent more than hidden details. They're artistic signatures and corporate branding. These carefully placed references connect animators, studios, and audiences through shared discoveries and inside knowledge. Next time you watch an animated film, remember that animators spent months crafting these hidden details, specifically for eagle-eyed viewers to discover and enjoy.